Matt Brown from Matt Brown's Guitar Studio in Chicago and the band Dead Parade. If anybody's interested in private bass or guitar lessons, just hit me up. My email is there on the screen. So in this one, we're going to do the bass line to Nirvana's Aneurysm. So we are in the key of F sharp for this one, F sharp minor, and we are in standard tuning. So like I always do, we're going to start from the beginning and then we are going to work our way through the whole song. So let's check out the intro. Okay, so for the intro section, all we're doing is playing the root notes of the guitar chords in consistent eighth notes. So what we have is F sharp, C, B, A. So that repeats 4 times, and then the band kicks in for the riff. And most people, you'd think it's the same thing that they're playing, but it's actually not. The riff changes a little bit, so we'll check that out next. So here the rhythm's a little bit different. We have 1, 2 in with the F sharp, C note's the same. Then the next measure we go to the A note a little bit earlier than we did from the previous riff, so like that. So that is our riff for the heavy sections. And that is going to remain the same each time that riff comes around. Up next is what I'm going to call the interlude, and this is super simple. All we're doing is playing F sharp root notes where the guitar is kind of sliding up. So check it out. What I'm going to call the pre-verse is up next, and what we're doing is playing just root notes of the guitar chords, which are B and then a D chord with some little ghosted A notes thrown in there too. So let's look at that next. Verse is up next, and the chord progression is the same, but what he's going to do is he's going to use some fills over the last measure of the D chord to lead us back to the B chord. So check it out. something important to talk about with this section is the picking. And for the B chord section, he's picking the eighth notes with all downstrokes and doing just upstrokes on the 16th notes. Then when you get to the D measures, he's doing alternate picking. So like... So that's pretty important to, I think, the overall sound of the song. So let's keep going and check out the chorus riff. So with the chorus riff, it's a little bit awkward on the left hand, so I'm going to play it once, so you can see my hand, so you can see which fingers I'm using. I'll do it nice and slow. So I guess I'm using my index finger and then sliding it over to play the 4th fret or G sharp note. Then when you have this kind of like surprise D note, I'm doing that with my ring finger. And then doing the 5th fret A note with my middle. And then kind of just doing this chromatic thing between my middle, ring, and pinky. There's probably other ways that you could do it. I'm not sure how he played it, but it's what seemed to work for me, so take it with a grain of salt. So that takes care of all of the riffs in this song. Everything else just repeats at this point. We've got a verse that's exactly the same, a chorus that's the same, interlude, build up, all of that stuff. The ending riff's the same as how I showed you at the beginning. So it just ends with, the 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 type part with the F sharp notes while Kurt Cobain is doing the chromatic thing on the G string of the guitar. So that's really it to Aneurysm. If you'd like to see my transcription of this one, my email address is up on the screen. Please maybe consider subscribing to my Patreon if you want to get access to every song I've ever done. So I'm Matt Brown from Matt Brown's Guitar Studio and the band Dead Parade. Thanks a lot for watching. I've got plenty more coming.